Hey son, I'm going to show you how to load a 30-06 round for our M1 and our 1903 Springfield. These are not hot loads by any means. These are loaded toward World War II specs right here, except for the weight of the bullet, a little bit heavier. I'm going to have these traveling roughly 2,650 feet per second, 168 grain Sierra Match King and boat tail hollow points, 168 grain boat tail hollow points. Basically what that means, it's boat tail. It's they're canted at the end right there, and they have a hollow tip on them right there, simply because the brass is, the copper jacket is loaded from the back, and it's very uniform. It's squeezed, it's swaged into place right here. This boat tail right here allows the wind to go around it, where it causes less drag as it's flying through the air, and so it won't shed as much velocity, and thus it won't drop as much as like a flat base bullet of the same weight. So what we need here, we need our turret set right here. These are already preset dies right here. I have a sizing die, a bullet seating die, and a factory crimp die over here. This is actually a collet crimping die. It squeezes the entire neck of the case around the bullet, which is very consistent versus just like a little crimp that goes into a channel lure. So each bullet it takes the same amount of force for the bullet to come out of the case right there when it's fired. So some tools you'll need is the shell holder, a little priming tool. There's two of these right here. You'll see the differences right there. This tool here is a large case. You'll see it's not as thick as this one over here. This is for small rifles and pistols. This is for large rifle and pistols. And the 30-06 uses this one. All you do is just you insert it into the ram from the top, go all the way down, and it just tilts out right here. This is where you would put the primer on right there. You'll need a number 2 shell holder for 30-06. That number 2 shell holder will load a 308, a 243. It'll even load the 45 ACP cartridge for the pistol in there. Alright, that's the main tools right here. You'll need some other stuff. Basically a primer pocket cleaner, a camphor tool right here. I'll go through these a little bit later when I'm using them. This is a bullet neck trimmer, case length trimmer, and this is the gauge right here. It goes through into the case, and you basically would spin it like this to trim the correct length. When you have the primer knocked out, it goes up against the guide here, and it will actually trim the case. I'm using a zip trim right here. It has a little shell holder for each individual trim gauges. You basically slide the cartridge on right there. Of course, I can't do it right now because I've still got the primer in this one right here. So we'll go through the steps right here. Those are just some of the simple tools. You will need something to measure your powder with. I'm using today a powder scoop that holds 3.4 cc's. This particular powder is going to be 51 grains, and this powder right here, it's a spherical powder. It's a H380. The maximum load on this is 56.5. I'm 5.5 grains below maximum load right here. So this right here is going to be consistent with my cartridge, with my rifle that I used. It's going to match up with the sights. So basically, we're going to get started here. A little simple process. Make sure this is locked down where it don't jump around. All right. You'll need a releasing agent as well. If y'all heard that jingle in the background, that's M1 Grand clips. Okay. I usually just put this stuff on the table here. It cleans up. It's water based. It doesn't hurt anything. And you'll take your finger, get a generous portion of it. You'll lube the entire case. You'll do the neck, even the inside of the case. And if you don't do that, when you go try and push this bullet in and ram it into the sizing die, you're not going to get it back out. So if it doesn't go in smooth and come out smooth, you didn't put enough on there. Okay, now I have sized this case. I need to clean the pocket of the primer, get all the carbon out. Alright, you take your tool, large primer, small primer. We're using large here. Alright, and now I'm going to stick it onto the zip trim gauge here. Slide it in there and lock it into place. Take my guide and my cutter, put it, and you see how it just shaved all the brass off of here that needed to be, because each time you shoot it, they get a little longer. And now I'll take my camphor tool, slide it over the end of the case, spin it on the outside edge. Yes, it got all the burrs off. Take the pointed end now and stick into the neck of the case. And what that does, it takes any burrs off the inside edge. And now we'll just take it off there and we'll get back over here and we're going to load it. Well, the next thing we're going to do is prime this case. You'll take a primer, raise your ram up, set your primer into the holder, put your deprimed case on it, and you just push the rim all the way down. And what it does when you do that, it seats the primer into its pocket right there. Now we will rotate the turret to the bullet seating die right here. We need to load the case. Basically, I'm using this 380. I'm going to bounce this right here, then take my finger and I'm just going to make it flush. That's 51 grains of powder right there. Take my powder funnel, dump it in there, and then that's good right there. Now we'll transfer that over to the shell holder once again. Take a bullet, set in there. It doesn't have to be exactly straight. This die has a bullet guide in it right there to straighten it out. Alright, I'm going to ram it all the way down and I'm going to bring it right back out. And I will now rotate this die around. I want y'all to look at this right here. I'll get this up there where you can see it good. Right here, I'm going to show you what happens here. This is a collet die, and it has a round circle with cut out and like a four-piece pie right here. What it does, whenever you ram this up in there, it squeezes that neck. It squeezes the entire portion of the neck, right there around the bullet as it goes down in there. Alright, it comes up, you'll see the bullet go through there, and now you bottom it out and push down, and now it is uniform all the way around. Back out now. The pressure on that bullet is uniform all the way around, and it'll be a consistent load. So I'll go through this real fast one more time. I got a loaded round there. Empty case. Lubricant. Alright, put it on the inside too. Ram it all the way home and bring it back down. Take it off. Clean the excess lube off of it. Take your primer pocket cleaner. Clean it. It's clean. Now we'll take it over here and we'll put it into the zip trim. It's not quite centered on there, but it's good enough. Alright. It didn't hardly cut that at all. So, just, alright. But it is even all the way around. Now we'll prime this bad boy. Let's see, we'll turn it over here where we can see again. We'll raise it up, put the primer in there, push it in. It's set right on in there. I'm going to rotate this die. I'm going to take our powder and scoop. I'm going to tap it. It gets level, and now I'm going to take my finger and just go straight with it. Boom. Good. Uniform load. It's uniform with the last load. And so I'm going to dump it in there, tap the powder in there. Then I'm going to set it on here. I'm going to take a bullet, set it on there, and now I'm going to ram it up into the neck. I'm at the bullet cedar. Come down with it, rotate it. I'm going to crimp the neck now. So now we got another loaded round ready to go. You can check the case links against all the other ones with your tool. That's perfect. That's perfect. And now I can, I've got 8 rounds loaded. I can load it into my M1 Garand clip, and I could go out to the range and shoot. And so let me finish this up, and I'll turn the video off, and I'll be good to go. I just loaded 8 rounds, and my M1's gonna love these. Alright guys, talk to you later. Bye.